How's it going, team? We are back here at the Kiwi Hustle podcast. We've got a very special guest today, a controversial figure, one that's outspoken, but one that speaks with passion. That's our friend here, Maozo, Steve Setu.
Hey,
how's it going?
Man? Bro, I'm blessed, man. Blessed and highly favored. It's interesting because when I came here, obviously it's, I don't want to give out too much information, but it's a gym, yeah? So I thought you were trying to set me up, mate. I was like, why the fuck did I come to a fucking gym, mate? For goodness sake, you know what I mean? That put me off immediately because I was like, you'll never see me in the gym, mate.
Hey, I've done my Google research on this guy, man. He's setting me up. Is he saying something?
Honestly, as soon as I saw the gym, I was like, fucking bastard.
So tell us something about yourself. Also tell us about your background, where you were born, and obviously of Samoan heritage. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Steve Setu. So I was born in American Samoa, and then at a young age, my mother flew me and my siblings over here to New Zealand, and we were raised here for the rest of our lives. I got into social media by accident, I would say, because one of my friends had a TikTok account, and back then everybody used to dance.
Yeah.
So I started dancing as a background dancer, and I thought maybe this is my dream to be the next Paris Global. And then I realized I couldn't dance at all. So anyway, as I was dancing, I said, okay, this is not growing. And I was like, the only thing that's growing is what's inside my shorts, right? That grows every night. But I said to myself, why the fuck am I not growing on this TikTok account? And then I complained, saying, why the fuck am I not growing? And then I grew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only I grew, but like my stomach grew. Everything else grew. Money grew. Everything else grew. Now, but in all seriousness, man, I love social media. It's a scary place.
Yeah.
It's a fucking scary place, but it's a privilege to be doing this as a full-time job. So this is what I do for.
Why is it scary?
It's scary because everybody knows you, and you only have influence when you have a platform. You know what I mean? And you got to realize as well, you're now living in a glass house. When you put yourself on social media, you're now living in a glass house, and all of a sudden you are the bad person for everything.
Yeah.
So like if I get caught cheating on my girlfriend, right? Everybody will hold me to that at a higher echelon than the average Joe cheating on his wife every single day. If I say a lie, they will crucify me online for saying a lie, but everybody else, they don't mind because they hold you to a higher echelon if you have a group of followers. You know what I mean?
Do you find it difficult because your personal life is out there, so you can't really be as personal and people know too much about you kind of thing?
Well, I realized that I tried to put on this image where I was trying to protect it, where I was like, I got to make sure, I got to be careful saying this, I got to be careful saying this. Then I realized, who gives a fuck? Because what people think about you is none of your business. What really matters is what you think about yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that as long as you have a good support system, and I've realized that opinions only matter from people who you love and respect.
Yeah.
And as long as the opinions that come from the people that I love and respect are very good, then that's all I focus on. Because why would I fucking lose sleep over somebody who's got a username long as my Wi-Fi password and no profile picture? It makes no fucking sense, mate. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
I can only be angry at you if I love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
If I hate someone, it's because I once upon a time loved them.
Yeah.
Because they have done something so heinous and disgusting that I actually felt affected. If the hater goes around there and says Steven's got a small cock, or whatever, and all of that, blah, 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 I don't give a damn, because at the end of the day, his mum would say different.
Yeah.
But personally, also at the same time, mate, it's just like, I don't care what they have to say because opinions only matter from people who you love and respect.
Yeah. What's this ideology and I suppose thick skinness has developed over the time. What was the biggest thing that got to you? Oh, well, not the biggest thing, but what was the first thing that you came across in terms of social media where someone might have called you out and it really got you, rocked you a bit? Maybe a couple of years ago, what was it something that really got to you that kind of really it cut a wound, but it really made it thick? Well, made you so thick-skinned now that you're just like so bulletproof.
Well, the thing is, obviously there's that accusation where people say I'm a pedophile and a kidney fiddler.
Where did that come from?
It all stemmed from a rumor that was spread around because I used to be a battle rapper. I used to rap back in the days. So now I'm, a TikTok influencer. But it was, the battle rap community is a very small niche community, and it's only in Facebook. But now, obviously, I've become relevant.
Yeah.
And now it's
videos.
explored out. And we live on social media where nobody really does their thorough investigations. If you made a video right after this podcast and said Steven Setu came and he went and stole $100 out of my office, nobody would question whether your story was true or not.
Yeah.
They would be messaging me saying, go and give Kiwi Hustle's money back.
Yeah.
That's social media. So then I realized that...
So did someone just basically say it online?
Well,
and then
it was people from the
fire?
battle rap community. They posted it up saying, oh, Steven said, because there was a video that I made addressing it on Facebook a long time ago where this is like 10 years ago. We're talking ancient, mate. We're talking when I was half my size, mate. It looks like if you watch the video, you see it looks like I ate that person. That's how old it is, bro. It's so old.
Yeah.
It is like Donald Trump old. Shout out to Trump. But
mega.
Anyways, here's the thing: it's like they dig up all the shit from the past, and then they try to and they're weaponizing virtue. They don't really give a fuck. They're just weaponizing it because they know that people say, "Oh, see, hate this guy." But now I've realized this: the only way out is through.
Yeah.
Because you can't reason on the internet. No. If you sit down and say, guys, back in the day, I went here and went. Everybody would just say, whatever. So if they say, oh, Steven, you're a rapist, I just say, bro, I'll rape your dad.
Yeah.
Like because I feel like you just got to own it. You just got to own it,
Yeah. Was there so where did this whole claim come from? Was it a video that was circulating or was it? So what was it? And then to remove any, just to give a chance to basically remove any doubt for anyone to understand.
Yeah, I think there's a whole huge contingent of populace. They already know that the video is fake and the video is absurd. I've debunked it many times on my TikTok, Steven Setu. So, obviously I made a video saying that the pastor gave me permission to take the youth out one by one. Even that's not even a crime in and of itself. It's only a crime if you get intimate with the youth, if you get permission from their pastors and the parents to take out the youth one by one. And people have this notion thinking that the youth group was a mass of 30 kids, which was really only like 6.
So it was just based off a video that people kind of got. It was a small
church that was trying to build a name. These 6 kids are very introverted. They don't like to share their personal experience in front of a group setting. So the pastor said, and the parents thought it would be a great idea if I took them out one by one to get to know them personally. So that way they're in a safeguarded environment where they don't have to tell about their personal traumas. Because not everybody wants to be in a group and be like, oh, yeah, so this is what happened. My dad came into my room. Who the hell wants to fucking say that in front of a group of kids? So they would pull the entrusted youth. But obviously people would start talking shit, and then people in the battle rap community said he took kids out one by one.
Gotcha.
And then that's when it all spread it. But everybody knows it's all lies.
It was just off this video where you basically explained yourself.
That's it, just of that.
These are serious claims that, people can actually be sued.
Exactly.
This is and these are only New Zealanders.
Correct. That's it. And the thing is, this is it's hard to hit somebody with defamation because everybody, where did this video come from? Yeah. It just keeps going. Bro, I recorded this video in 2014. It's 2024, mate. Everything has changed there. In 2014, I used to fucking...
Yeah, everyone was, we were all different
I
people.
used to have DVDs of Megan Fox, mate, in 2014, mate. Now it's switched. Yeah. The fact that people have no idea how much can change in that time frame. Yeah. But that's what they do. They dig up the past and try to weaponize virtue. So it's okay, man.
People are just so small-minded. Hey, they've got so much time on their hands where you're trying to be successful, build your social media platform. Like you had talks with Duncan Garner. Yeah. You've got another talk coming up with, who was it again?
Paddy Gower.
All these big New Zealand journalists. Correct. And then you've got people that are, I call them bottom feeders. Yeah. Got nothing going on in their life, doing nothing. Yeah. And they always try to pick apart your life.
Well, hate only comes from below, brother.
Yeah.
It never comes from above.
Yeah.
But guess what? If it comes from above, it's great promotion.
Yeah, that's true.
Because imagine Oprah Winfrey hating on the Kiwi Hustle podcast. It's like, mate, I made it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because, it's when I dress up like this now. Yeah. Because what I found was a lot of my haters don't dress like this. Yeah. I never get hate from people in suits. They wear ties. So I was like, well, why don't I dress like people that want to be eventually? Yeah. Anyway, so moving forward, so you obviously explained how you got into your social media content. What was the most viral video that you released? Your self vlogs. What was the most viral video that you released?
Well, the most viral video I released was "Depression is Not Real," And then
Tell us more.
That's what got my account banned in the first place. I've had over 20 accounts banned online. And I had an account that skyrocketed to 1.5 million. I was verified on TikTok. I truly believe that I would be sitting at about 4 to 5, 10 million followers right now, because this happened 4 years ago. So I've had other accounts that's went up to 125,000 banned. I've had other accounts that's went up to 68,000 banned. Just last night, I had an account that was 64,000 banned. Just last night.
Tell us about your depression and your outlook.
Yeah, I believe depression is not real.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I believe everybody can overcome it.
Yeah.
I believe that you can feel depressed, but you can still overcome it. I'm pro-human. I believe that you can fight it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a disease that's going to take your life away.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you need mind-altering pills.
Yeah.
I believe you can overcome it, because if I believed in depression, I'll be dead.
Yeah.
If there was anybody that could use depression as an excuse, it would be me.
Yeah.
Because the hate that I get is far beyond the normal hate that anybody else gets.
Yeah.
But I've realized that life is binary. There's only two options in life, and it's either you can wallow in your sorrow or jump from your slump. And I've always been that person that jumps from my slump. I don't give a fuck how I feel. Who told you you're supposed to be happy?
Yeah.
Who said that you're supposed to be? Happiness is a privilege.
Yeah.
You go out there and earn it. There are people that say, well, I don't have the love of my life and I want to be successful. And then you look at their life and you're like, motherfucker, if I was living your life, I'll be depressed too.
Yeah.
So you have to, so my message is saying that, yes, you're depressed, but you can change it if you just believe. And people, they don't like to hear this shit.
Yeah.
They're like, no, Stephen, you're wrong. You don't know, you know, like, you don't know how they feel. Fuck how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, when my friend comes up to me and he says, Stephen, my heart's broken. My girlfriend left me. I say, do you need therapy?
Yeah.
Get another girlfriend.
Yeah.
Move. Because you can find somebody that will care about your feelings for a good half an hour.
Yeah.
Perhaps you have a best friend that will talk to you for 1 hour.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. He actually doesn't care about your feelings. Nobody cares. My friend, he could care for me for 1 hour. But if I kept telling him about my feelings every day, every day, you know what's the common advice? The last advice? Get the fuck out of your feelings.
You know,
that's what it is.
I was actually.
Shit!
It's fine. It's funny. I was actually saying to my wife once, if anyone should be depressed, it's people in Iraq or in Israel, in Gaza, where they're literally seeing bodies being decapitated. Even in I think it's North Papua New Guinea or West. And the hardest thing that I find a lot of the time with depression is there's so much sorrow and sympathy for it when we should be focusing on how you can get out of the situation. With New Zealand, what's your perception? I think New Zealand has one of the highest suicidal rates, I think, the OCR. What do you think that's due to New Zealand's feel sorry culture? You know, I feel New Zealand likes to feel sorry.
Well, I think the whole Western culture in general is that. The whole Western culture. You got to try to dig in deeper without me getting too conspiratorial.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's Big Pharma. They want you to go and get drugs. They want you to know that you don't have the capability and the wherewithal to withstand.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to change your mindset.
Yeah.
They're trying to say that you're fucked and you need the government.
Yeah.
They're trying to make you cope. They try to give you identity.
Yeah.
And that's the whole Western world. We're having trouble with identity.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you identify yourself as something, you can cope.
Yeah.
You know, like I used this analogy before. I was sparring my friend.
Yeah.
And when I sparred my friend, you know, my finger was a little bit broken.
Yeah.
And I would still spar my friend. We would have boxing matches.
Yeah.
Until I started to research what my fingers, you know, how to rest my finger.
Yeah.
And it said, you might have arthritis, you might have to rest it. All of a sudden, I didn't want to spar my friend.
Yeah.
Because I identified myself with what was told.
Yeah.
But when I didn't identify it, I was okay. It's like the same people that had cancer in their body for 8 years, living their life, enjoying their time. As soon as they went to the doctor said, we did a blood test, mate.
Yeah.
And it came back and we think you got better cancer cells. 2 weeks, they're fucking sick as fuck.
Yeah.
That's because you attract what you are, not what you want.
Do you think it's not really identity, but it's more or less like they need to classify you? They need to classify you as like you're depressed, classify this person as got cancer, classify. Do you think that's what it is? Or do you think it has to be identity?
But that's why it's important, buddy, to know your identity.
Yeah.
My identity is sharp.
Yeah.
Honestly, I tell you this, I am the fucking man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am awesome. And this is the problem. I always say this to people, like, humble is confident.
Yeah.
We got this whole notion of humble has to be weak Mother Teresa like.
Yeah.
Now, I am the frickin' man. I am amazing. I am the cream of the crop. I am the victor, not the victim. And when you understand that, when you have a good self-image about yourself, then nobody can paint your self-image.
Yes.
Because the problem is this. If you can have a doctor tell you you're sick, right? Then and you claim it as truth. Bro, I'm going to share this. I haven't actually shared this on a podcast.
Yeah, sure.
My kidneys collapse. My kidneys collapse. I had pancreatitis to the point where I had a massive infection that my kidneys turned off. The doctor came up to me and he told me that I need to call a support person. My mother and my girlfriend at the time, they're all around me, and they said it's a huge possibility that your kidneys will not turn on and you'll be on dialysis for the rest of your life. And you know what I said to the doctor? I said, you're a fucking liar. And he said to me, he goes, Stephen, okay, we understand that. And I said, you're a liar because I am healed in the name of Jesus. I am healed. And then he goes like this, he goes, okay, well, Stephen, we just let you know. Every single day when they did my blood test, I would stand up and try to walk out of the hospital. The security guards would try to take me back to the bed and I would make a scene. I'll be like, I'm healed. I'm healed. And they'll be like, Stephen, get back to it. I'm like, I'm healed. I'm healed. I kept saying I was healed until they came to me after 2 weeks and said, Stephen, it's a spontaneous remission. We don't even know what's happened. Your kidneys are working again. You don't need dialysis no more. If I had listened to the fucking doctor, I wouldn't be here, mate.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to tell you. You choose what your identity is.
Yeah.
And if you're going to think you can come on social media and try to please the populace, then you're never. You're going to have a hard time because everything has a community.
Yeah.
So if you try to say things about animals, the vegans will come after you. You say anything about the rainbows, the alphabet community come after you. Say everybody comes up, so just be yourself. And everybody will hate you even if you do good.
Yeah.
Look, if I gave $2 million to charity, people say, why didn't you give $4 million?
Yeah.
Why didn't you give 5? So who gives a fuck, man?
What is your take on the vaccine when COVID was going around? What was your take around that whole debacle?
I feel like the whole this is where we go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I
want to hear your take.
Yeah, I believe that the government is all about control.
Yeah.
And I believe that masculinity is plummeting in real time.
Yeah.
And since masculinity is plummeting in real time, that means the women are in charge of the household.
Yeah.
And I always believe that women, right? I believe women are the neck, they're not the head. I believe they're the guide. I believe behind a very strong man, there's an even stronger woman, but I don't believe women intrinsically like to make decisions.
Yeah.
A real happy woman is a feminine woman. If a woman can be in her femininity, it's because she's in a place where a man can make her feel feminine.
Yeah.
As soon as a woman goes into her masculine, it's because perhaps that man is being a bitch and that man hasn't provided a situation for that woman to be feminine. So what I like to say is that the government knows this.
Yeah.
So they're trying to belittle masculinity to the point where they mock it. That's why if you watch The Simpsons, Homer Simpson is the dumb dad, my wife and kids. Michael is the dumb dad, Peter Griffin, he's the dumb dad. And they try to push women to this high echelon. So when government comes to take control, the people that would be fighting for our rights and our defense are gay people and women. And those are the people that are easy to get walked over because women can be ignored. An angry woman in front of a beehive or in front of the government parliament, they can be easily ignored. But a group of angry masculine men is a threat to the system. Yeah. So that's why they put women in the household. So how do they get men to get their jab? If women are in charge of the whole household and men masculinity is plummeting in real time, that means men are not having sex. So women now, right, they get controlled by emotional arguments. So if the government gets on a live national TV and says, you're not going to be able to see your mom's funeral, you're not going to be able to see your dad's funeral, who's going to be emotional? It's going to be the woman. Yeah. So the woman goes back to her husband, and that man's already a beta fucking simp cuck. He's going to go back to the husband and be like this, hey, hurry up, go and get your jab. And the man will just listen because he knows that she could just leave with the kids and he's alone. And he's going to be by himself, so he's going to listen. But a real masculine man would have just said, it's a shit show, ignore it, move on. It's control. Everything is controlled. And I want people always has this thing saying I'm very misogynistic. I would argue I'm not.
Yeah.
I believe I'm sorry if I'm misogynistic if I feel that you have to pay for your girlfriend's food. Yeah. I'm sorry. Call me misogynistic. I'm sorry if I feel like I have to tell my partner to don't leave the house at night. Make sure that you stay home. Yeah. If that is controlling, call me misogynistic, buddy. Yeah. Because for me, I care about her. I feel like there has to come a level of authority if you really love. I am the provider. I am the protector. Yeah. And if I can't even protect my partner, is that really love?
No, yeah, exactly. So did you get the jab? And if you didn't, how was it being a social media influencer? And what was your circle like? Were people questioning you? Would be like, why are you doing this? Why are you not doing this? And so forth. So just to clear, I didn't get it. Because I had my own, thoughts about it, my own principles. But did you get it? And if you didn't, why? And if you did, why?
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna own up to it. I got it. I got the jab because I was going to get fired from my job. Yeah. And that was the only reason why I got it. But I never got the boosters and all of that.
That was terrible.
I got fired from my... See, that's government tyranny. Yeah. You can't provide for your family.
We'll pull this away.
Bro, I believe government should never get involved with something that has to do with your personal health. Yeah. That is your... You have no right to tell what to put into somebody's body and what to take away from somebody's body. That is your decision. It's your body. So that's pretty fucked. But other than that, man, isn't it interesting how just 4 years ago, everything was about don't go outside. Yeah. It is so bad. Nobody gives a fuck now. Where is it? Where is it, bro? Oh, where is coronavirus these days? I just think the whole Western world is plummeting in real time. Yeah. And I feel like people just got to understand there's a deeper cause and a deeper issue. Yeah. And you just can't take government as truth. Yeah. And you just can't take everything as truth.
So saying, obviously, with everything in terms of women taking power, and I'm all about women, woman empowerment. Donald Trump is now being seen again, which is weird, as his public enemy number one. I remember back in 2016 when he got elected, leading up to it, people were like, oh, he's going to be, he's going to be the biggest racist and so forth. He took America up to its best position in terms of economy. No wars during his time. I think Black Americans had the highest unemployment, so they were the highest employed during his time. Mexicans as well. Correct. He got taken down. There was some conspiracy, obviously, with the coronavirus. Joe Biden comes in, everything just changes. America's at is one of the worst state. And now he's come back in. What's your take on Donald Trump now? And how do you see him, I suppose, keeping the Western world afloat with Christian morals and so forth?
I just think it's a bit bizarre how Joe Biden has always been pathetic from the start. And it didn't take an Einstein to understand that this guy just didn't have the ability to be president. Yeah. If you talk to him, you didn't even know if he was alive. He didn't even know if he was alive. He was called Sleepy Joe Biden for a reason. Until he had a debate with Donald Trump and he got obliterated so bad, all of a sudden, the media started saying, he's not all there. Yeah. He's mentally ill. We need to put in a replacement. Oh, so it was that interview that showcased it. So it wasn't him falling off the bike. It wasn't him introducing Kamala Harris as Hillary Clinton. It's nothing on that. It was the day of the debate. And then they got Kamala Harrison, Kamala, whatever her name is. So they got her in, and I know why they got her in, because they tried to do the whole matriarchy versus patriarchy. They tried to make it woman versus man. Yeah. And that was all about, because Hillary Clinton got the popular vote when she went up against Donald Trump, but Donald Trump won the electoral vote. That's why Donald Trump became president. So they tried to make it happen again. They said, perhaps if we put our African, well, not even African, she ain't even African. No. Mate, one day she's Texan, one day she's Samoan, one day she's Tongan. So they thought if we could put a black woman, a person of color, that's a woman up there against a so-called misogynist, everybody's going to choose off their feelings. But they don't understand that people have logic and they have a brain. Yeah. And they really push their whole gender identity and pushing against social norms. Yeah. But nobody cares, bro, if they're trying to feed the kids. Yeah. Nobody cares. Like, why should I care about that man who has trouble accepting whether he's a man or a woman? Yeah. Than my kids who can't even get proper lunch when they go to school.
What's your take on these books? I think I saw one circulating a couple of weeks ago. My Daddy's Giving Birth or something. It's in it's in New Zealand. It's one. It's circulating at the moment. And they had a cartoon character of two men, but one had a pregnant belly in New Zealand.
It's an agenda, bro. Because you know why? Gay people can't have kids, so they come after our kids. The only way you can make a gay future is by coming after straight people's kids. Because they can't make kids, right?
What's your take on this?
I just think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think the fact that they're trying to remove Christianity and they're even trying to remove the gospel when we have been built, this whole civilization's been built by the premise and the morals of the gospel. And I feel like we're deviating away from it to the point now where it's disgusting. 20 years ago, man, a woman was a girl with a vagina and a man had a penis. If I said that now, it's a hot take. It's a hot take now. You know what I mean? Like if I went on, like if you went on a date 15 years ago, you'd be like, man, I'm meeting up with my girl. If a man goes on a date now, he has to say, I don't know if it is a girl. This is how fucked up. Bro, think about this whole story, bro.
No.
Caitlyn Jenner became Woman of the Year in the Vanity Fair in 2015, and she had a fucking penis for God knows how long. That is a spit on the face to every single fucking woman that walked on the streets, that fought, that bled, that actually went through patriarchy oppression, that actually fought for bank accounts, that fought for women's rights, and then they just give Woman of the Year to someone who's fucking confused? Are you a dead the brain?
Do you think New Zealand is a testing ground, or do you think New Zealand's always like the place where we start these things? I think there was that
like the guinea pigs.
Yeah. I think a couple of years ago at the Olympics we had that transgender guy that turned into a woman and competed in the Olympics. It was like not the most recent one, the one before. There always seems to be quite outrageous stuff that happens in New Zealand. Do you think that they trial it here before they take it internationally?
I think it happens internationally and then they bring it here to New Zealand. I think it's the other way around. Because if they can make it happen in America, then it gives the example already that it's okay. I think America is the parent country. And everything else, since America is okay with it, everything else should be okay with it. But here's the thing, right? If you look at our national anthems, it says, God defend New Zealand. If you listen to USA's national anthem, it says, God bless America. Where's the godliness? This is what's happened. We have moved so far away from the premise of what our countries were built on. If you go to United Arabs of Emirates, if you go to Saudi Arabia, it is crystal clean. Everybody is afraid to do wrong because they know that their premise is the Quran. And look, I'm not saying there's no gay people in Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, the government there knows that there are gay people there. But the difference is they don't let it bleed into the streets. With here in the Western culture, I don't know why they need a whole month to show that they're fucking gay. Like, let's just be real. In America, Veterans Day is only one day, Veterans Day, and you have a whole month celebrating, and then you go and watch their parades, and they're men in G-strings whipping their butts, and all of this stuff like that, flying their sausage around saying pride, pride, pride. No, you need to be in a mental asylum. So this is, honestly, I'm just saying this at the straight up truth. It's a whole agenda. Okay, I'm going to use this analogy, right? When you walk into a messy environment, or like when you go to a festival and you see cans and everything on the ground, when you finish eating your pie, you don't really give a fuck. You're just going to throw your rubbish down because the environment's already messy, right? It's the normal. But if you went to the White House, you got invited to the White House, you're going to find a rubbish bin to go and put away your thing, right? Because the standard is set. In the Western world, it's already shit. It's already messy. So it gives people permission to make it even more messy. You can wear "I hate Jesus Christ" t-shirt and walk down the street and nobody would do anything to you. I dare you to walk down the street with "I hate Prophet Muhammad" down Saudi Arabia and tell me if you'll last the day.
Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah. It's sad because I even see like even on Grapevine pages, you know, so I've got Christian morals.
Yeah.
I'm not Mormon. Yeah. But I still see, you know, Mormon elders putting up on Facebook pages, you know, hey guys, we're here to preach the word.
Yeah.
If you ever get the amount of people that slid them, like literally throw them under the bus, I'm like crazy. But then I looked at, you saw John Jones's fight in America and he yelled out Jesus Christ and the whole crowd just goes crazy.
Yeah.
Do you feel New Zealand has gone way far left in America where they, like to speak God or Jesus is just like blasphemy now?
It's because America set the precedent. That's what I'm saying. Wherever America goes, we follow. That's literally it. Because America is the mother state.
Yeah.
It's the mother country. So if the mother says it's okay, then everything else is okay. And also, America controls the money. You know, the Federal Reserve, all the money comes from America. It's a centralized money system. But, you know, that's a whole different topic. So America controls everything. And I feel like Donald Trump coming back is bringing back God.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. And I'm not even trying to be all religious.
No.
Like, I don't want to, like, I want people to understand this. I'm not trying to say being religious and being radical and putting the Bible down the throats. But all I'm saying is this whole civilization was built on the gospel. Everything. Even jail, even schools, even what was good and bad, even the justice system. This all came from the Bible.
Yeah. You know, the hard thing that I find where people, you know, they think God and all this, they think bad and, you know, they think that we shouldn't be preaching the gospel and anything like that. All principles that are healthy in any civilization come from the Bible.
Correct.
You know, like, for instance, when you believe in God and you've got nothing, you'll get through. I believe you'll get through. And so when you remove God, you remove an anchor. I feel anyway. And so what you find is people are easily led, they're easily persuaded because they've got no hard anchor. And I think it was during Helen Clark's prime ministry role where they removed prayer in government. And it created a lot of controversy because a lot of people were like, what the hell, why would you do that? And so I think, you know, with New Zealanders these days, and I'm not trying to bag New Zealanders because I am a Kiwi, but it's hard because like you find that New Zealanders have lost a bit of their identity now. Do you feel?
Well, that's what we're talking about. Everything comes back down to identity. See, now we go back to it. That's why I said identity is everything. How you show up to the world is the example you give to the world. And this goes back to what we're talking about, mental illness. The reason why I can't be depressed because I'm the fucking man.
Self-belief.
Nobody can't tell me. Look, if somebody called you stupid, you're not stupid because they called you stupid. You're stupid because you believed it.
Yeah. What's your take? So when you're watching Sky Sport nowadays, you see the All Blacks maybe only one ad.
Yeah.
But then you see a whole lot of, you know, wahine tour, women rugby taking over. How do you feel when you see that type of stuff?
It's an agenda, man. The thing is this, and I'm going to say that, and I'll stress this. Women are amazing. Women are awesome. And I know there are going to people that's going to watch this and they're going to say he's a misogynist because he's saying that women.
Womanizer.
Yeah. All I'm saying is this, women are amazing, but I believe there are certain roles where women prosper and men prosper. And I believe if we work in unison, we create a perfect harmony. And for example, if I needed security guards, I would want to hire male security guards. Yeah, I could hire women security guards, but I just know male are physically stronger. But if I wanted to drop off my kids to a daycare center, I would drop them off at a daycare center where it's all women. I wouldn't feel comfortable dropping my kids off at an all daycare center of straight male men. Am I sexist? Perhaps. But that's just how it is. Gender roles, it happens for a reason.
I think you look at it in the context of, like, for instance, like, let's go back to that team analogy, playing rugby. You wouldn't see a prop doing the same things as a first five. So everyone has to play a part.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Everybody has to play. Gender roles exist. You know, they're trying to even remove gender roles. They're even trying to remove gender. I believe in gender roles 100%. I'll give you, okay, look. I'm not in a relationship no more, right? We ended on good terms. It was mutual. It wasn't a bad thing. And but what happened is we had a very healthy relationship, and I always set this precedent in the relationship, is that if I want you to cook me something, cook me something. If I want you to clean, clean. But the thing is this, that doesn't mean I don't clean.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't cook.
Yeah.
See, this is where, because right now I can guarantee a woman goes, motherfucker, you can cook and clean too. You know what I mean? Just by me saying this. But like I said, if you give a safe environment for your woman, they will submit not because you told them to submit, because they chose to submit.
Yeah.
The woman can only fall into a spot where they feel safe.
Yeah.
That's, if you can't make a girl feel safe, mate, then she's gonna be angry. You know, bro, I always say this, right? If your woman is masculine, I have a lot of freaks that will come to me and be like, bro, she's so angry, like blah, blah, blah. Bro, when I meet her, she's like feminine to me. Why can she be feminine to me but be a bloody man to you? You know what I mean? Yeah. This makes no sense. It's like they portray her as this monster, and then I meet her and she's like a butterfly. And then when I'm in the house, my friend actually said this to me, he goes, when you come over, she cooks, she cleans, she does this. As soon as you leave the house, she doesn't want to do it anymore. She doesn't want to cook. Okay, anyways, I'm going a little bit too far on the left. I'm just saying gender roles exist because if somebody knocked on the door at 4 a.m. in the morning, who's opening their door?
Male.
Correct. Now imagine if we said this, if I turned to my partner and I said, baby, can you go and open the door? It's 4 a.m.
It'd be weird.
Would it be weird? So you're mad at me for asking you to bloody cook me some eggs?
Yeah.
I don't even know who's behind the door.
Yeah, yeah.
There's somebody there. So I'm willing to lay my life for you. I'm willing to go and fight that perpetrator behind the door. And you're complaining to make me bacon and egg sandwich.
Quickly was also your content is awesome, man. Like your self vlogs are awesome.
Yes, sir.
Tell us the process that it takes for you to create a video.
Oh, bro, it's simple as I wake up and then I'm like, okay, I got something that I want to complain about, and I just say it. You know, that's why I got unlimited content. I can never run out of content because my content is literally just my opinions.
Yeah.
And you can have opinions to the day you die, my friend.
But I love the way you come across those. You come across as this angry Samoan guy.
Yeah.
But you've got like you're not too serious. You're also a bit of a comedian as well.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah, I when I first started out, I was real harsh.
Yeah. And
then I realized that sometimes people need to digest the message, and there's no better way to digest the message than with humor.
Yeah.
There's an actual quote that says, "You can kiss anybody if you make them laugh," and that's honestly the truth. So when I started adding jokes, I was like, shit. My followers started growing and people were saying, oh, I don't hate Steven no more.
Yeah.
It was the same message. It was just delivered differently.
Differently.
So before I used to say, depression is not real. Get the fuck out of your feelings. If you commit suicide, you're a coward.
Yeah.
And I would say that with no laughter, no whatever. And then people would hate me. But now I would saying, okay, like this, see, you want to commit suicide? Then you go and put the rip around your neck, but you're too fat, so you'll bring down the roof with you. And then when I say that, they're laughing.
Yeah,
it's the same message.
Yeah, but it just delivered differently.
Yeah, but then it goes to show how easily people can get, triggered and like moved by emotional arguments.
How do you not react to trolls?
Because opinions don't matter from people. Like opinions only matter from people who you love and respect, my friend. Like that's the best way to see it. And honestly, ignorance is bliss.
True.
I actually don't read the comments.
Yeah.
I've gone to the point now where I don't read comments at all. But then I now read it and it's good comments. Like if you have a look, dive into my comments, it's just nothing but positive comments.
Yeah.
Like you would get the odd hater then and there, but it's like I've gone to the point now when I post, it's not for the viewers anymore. It's about me.
Yeah, that's the best content.
Yeah, and when you post for the viewers, you would realize that everything is defined by your viewers.
Yeah.
When you post for you, it's like I'm the leader, you follow me.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So honestly, I really don't care what the trolls in that say because they're not paying my bills.
Have you ever gotten any personal messages that have been concerning, or
like death threats and that? Yeah. Okay. It would be scary if they had a profile picture.
Shucks, you have.
Yeah, but they send a death threat with no profile picture, with a long as like username.
Long name, username.
Yeah. And they say, oh, I'm going to come over there and I'm going to kill you and your family, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, mate, if you don't even have the strength to upload your picture, how the hell do I believe you even have the strength to come to me? And hate only exists online. It doesn't exist on. But I tell you this, my life is not the same. Everywhere I go, I get nothing but photos, handshakes. This is the truth. And I hate it, actually. I'm grateful. Please, I want to say this because my fans will think that I'm grateful for the love and the support. The first day I ever got a fan interaction, bro, it was so cringe because this person goes, I watched your videos and I said, I just want to thank God. Just want to thank my mom. Bro, I'm like giving her like a speech, like it's like an Oscar nominee or some shit. You know what I mean? But then after a while, you just get used to it now.
Yeah.
But it gets annoying because sometimes you just like want to eat your McDonald's in peace. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to just be able to buy your toilet paper and don't have to let your fans know that you buy the budget one price toilet paper. Because they come up to you and they think that you're supposed to be that funny guy 24/7.
Yeah.
So they would come up to you and be like, Solly,
drop us a joke.
Yeah, give us a joke. And I'm like, mate, I'm fucking like got my payment card here. Like, I'm kidding. What I'm just saying is it just fucking, it's safety issues too.
Yeah.
Bro, I tested it out. I go to Mosul, we need to go to a nightclub and let's go to an islander nightclub. And I knew this was going to be scary.
And what happened?
Totally. When I went there, as we were walking to the islander nightclub, all the bouncers are islanders. So as we're walking to a specific club, all the bouncers are taking photos with me as we're walking down to the club. As we get there, he goes, also, we'll walk in with you. This is one of the bouncers. As we walked in, because it's a middle walkway, it turned into the McDonald's Golden Arches. Because as we walked in the door, the whole club went into an M. The whole club went into an M. They were asking for photos, blah, blah, blah. The bouncer and said, they go, nah, brother, you can't stay. Yeah, they told me you can't stay because they said it's too dangerous for me.
Yeah.
And like, it's scary because all it takes is for one person to try to get easy likes and easy clicks, you know? So, especially he's drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
So all it takes, like, even if there's like 95% of people that love you, but all it takes is that little, even 1%, that one guy that wants to say fuck you and he's drunk.
Have you ever been approached in public by a hater because of your opinions?
No, never.
Oh, see, it's funny. It's always online, eh?
I had people that would drive past and there was like this, Stephen, you fucking fat fuck. Like, I had people that think that. But I'm just like, you know, they're saying that and with their camera out because they're trying to get likes and views. But the thing is, in person, it's all been positive. You know, it is kind of funny too how people try to spin a narrative. There was this one time where I went to the toilet, right? You know, too much information.
Nah.
Right? I went there for a number 2, bro. You thought you're
public one?
Yeah, well, you think Hiroshima's bad, so the nuclear bombs I dropped in there, so honestly, I take the World Cup. So as I walked out of the toilet, so there's another cubicle there in the toilet.
Oh, yes, yeah.
There was this guy that stood there with his hands over his nose waiting for me to come out of the toilet to ask for a photo. So when I took a photo of him, first and foremost, I applaud him for having a strong nose because I said, I was like, if you could stand
Not even my toilet paper could withstand it.
I was like, so this also goes, all right, can I have it? Anyways, so I take the photo with the.
How long were you in there for, man?
I tell you,
20 minutes. So this guy just sitting there, listening, smelling.
This guy I was surprised he didn't die.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe we're recording this.
So anyways, so I come outside. And this guy's asking for a photo. So we take a photo. So on Twitter, 2 weeks later, he goes like this. He goes, oh, guess who I saw this guy die? And, you know, I saw this guy die and I stepped him out and he was scared. I stepped him out in this toilet. And I'm like, motherfucker, you sat there and smelled my shit.
You know the worst thing about public toilets is that they make the toilet, it's not 2-ply, it's a quarter ply.
I'll tell you, the worst thing is as well as they lock up the toilet paper. The worst thing is they lock up the toilet paper.
So you're pulling.
So you have to get the
got to take it in like parts, eh?
So I'm trying to pull the toilet paper. It's like,
don't you hate it? And then it goes right up to the top. So you got to put your hand
then you have to go right up there. Oh, fuck. Totally. Are you speaking from experience?
I can't believe we're talking about this, man. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, but anyways, he goes online and he's like, I took a photo with Steve and I stepped him out in the toilet, and then he took a photo of me. He said sorry. And I'm like, motherfucker.
This is true story, true story.
This is a true story. And I said, Sully, tell the real story. You sat in the public toilet, smelled my shit for half an hour, and then asked for a photo. That's the real story. Share that.
That's crazy.
Embrace it. You like how you embraced my smell.
Because you're successful, you're a successful social media influencer, Samoan, come from nothing.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt tall poppy, and what's your opinion about it?
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of people hate me. The ones that really hate me are the ones that sort of knew me before this fame arose. Because people hate you purely for the fact that there are people that love you. That's just, that's it. And especially when they've said all the most heinous rumors and accusations to try to bring me down, and people still love me. And I feel like I can't be cancelled because I cancel myself. That's why I can't be cancelled. And also, they've labeled me the most disgusting crime in the world, being a pedophile.
That's pretty,
I don't think there's any other crime that's more disgusting than a pedophile.
Yeah.
So, you know what's worse than being a pedophile? Actually having video evidence that you are a pedophile.
Yeah.
That you are a pedophile. So, since I know I'm not a pedophile, what else can they use? They try to shoot me with their last bullet, and the bullet did nothing.
Does it come from a contingency, or one person, or a couple of individuals that you know of, or do you think it's just like the other side?
So it's all over the place, man. There was this one girl that had she turned her filter to black and white. She had her hoodie down, blocked her eyes, and she was talking like this with like scary music going, Stephen came into my house and and it went viral. She goes, Stephen came into my house and my daughter was there and I felt sorry for him, so I gave him food. And then he goes, even though I knew he was a creep, I let him stay the night at my house. And I go, so you knew I was a creep and you let me stay at the house of your daughter for the night? This other guy said that I went and took a loan out of his name. And guess what?
Are these just people just randomly, random?
It's like what they do to Trump. Think about this, Uzo. A white guy said, I went and took a loan out of his name. I said, motherfucker, when you go apply for a loan, you need photo ID. How the hell? You're white, I'm brown.
Yeah.
How the hell am I going to get? You need 2 photo IDs sometimes to get a loan. But people just believe it. That's why I said also, I can guarantee you said, oh, my wife was walking to the toilet and Stephen went and sat at the toilet. So people just believe it. They'll just believe it. Nobody would.
Are you constantly battling these things
per week? Yeah, I used to battle it, but now I just play along with it. So when people say, oh yeah, this guy's a rapist, I said, yeah, I am. I'll rape your dad. Or they'll say, oh, this guy's a moikolo. Moikolo's like a stalker rapist, yep. And I go like this, I'm moikolo your mum, and that's how you were born, and we're moikoloing against so you can have a sibling. So I just play along with it. So because if I play along with it,
it won't affect you as much.
Bro, but here's the thing. People now know they can't affect my feelings, which annoys them even more. I was on a live last night, and this girl goes like this. He says he's got an anaconda when he's got a small dick. That's what the girl said. And then I said on live, yes, I do have a small dick. My dick is 3 inches. And then she goes like this, actually, it's 1 inch. And then I said, yes, it is 1 inch. And she goes, try, not even funny. And then I said, I agreed with you. and this other guy goes, this guy's got no ears because my cheeks are so big.
Yeah.
So from straight face, you can't see I have ears because my ears are at the back of my cheeks. This one person goes, look, he's got no ears, spamming. Steven's got no ears. Steven's got no ears. Then I said, yes, I was born without ears, guys. I'm a fucking alien. And you know what he said? Whatever, motherfucker, I can see your ears. But I'm like, you were spamming me. Why?
You know the worst thing about the haters and that they don't realize they just monetize your accounts.
Oh, bro, the amount of money I've made on haters, mate, like, trust me, That's crazy. People don't know this, man, but the social media space to get money,
As best as do hate.
yeah, and also TikTok lives. I would argue this: people who can master TikTok lives get more money than YouTubers.
True.
Your favorite YouTubers.
Wow. You know, it's funny because I had TFS podcast on here a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And he said, because he made a big reveal. You can see some of the videos on my YouTube channel. He had a whole lot of haters too. And I said to him, I messaged him, I said to him, Doko, do you want to remove those comments, bro? There's some hate. And he goes, no. The best ones are the hate ones because social media rewards them. It makes the videos pop up even more when there's more hate. So that's probably why your content is so...
Well, yeah, I would say also that every brick that my haters have thrown to me has built the empire of Steve Setu. And I would argue that they created my brand.
Yeah.
Because when a hater hates you, they will make a video about you, which opens you up to their fan base.
And then they come towards you anyway.
And then people will come to me and say, and then they'll watch my video and be like, I don't know why he's angry. I fuck with Steve Setu. But if people like you, they just like.
Yeah.
That's it. So haters actually build my platform. And also as well, so let's just say, man, haters keep me comfortably fed, man. So that's all I say. Like I said, I do this full time also.
Yeah.
Like when people say to me, Stephen, what do you do for a living? I literally say I'm a TikToker.
Yeah.
You know, so it's crazy.
Whenever people see your face, they know it's a good video. Whenever they see you do your look in your eyes and you see the glowing thing, suddenly, What's on the agenda moving forward for Steve? What's the future plans for you?
My goal is to now become more of a political space.
Tell us.
Yeah, so like I want to be sort of like Piers Morgan, Ben Shapiro, Jordan B. Peterson, Candace Owens. So names like people now, like obviously, like I feel like the higher the level, the bigger the devil. Yeah. And I feel like it's scarier when you it's scarier when you go for governments because now you're dealing with lawfare.
Yeah.
And governments can put, bro, I've had the Samoan elections are coming next year.
Back in the islands.
Yeah. And it's one of the biggest elections that's going to happen in Samoa. And I've already had people reach out to me to tell me to support their campaign. But here's the scary thing is that Samoa is also corrupt.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want is to support the opposing party and then fly over to Samoa for a holiday. And then I'm locked up at customs.
Yeah.
Because that's what's scary when you deal with governments. When you deal with haters, it's just hate.
Yeah.
When you deal with governments,
it's different, eh?
Yeah, because now you're in prison. And if you try to go through the court system, it's run by the government.
What's your take on the current Samoan? I think she was the first female prime minister. What's your take on her? What's your opinion?
Also, without getting too much into that, man, I just feel like it's all trying to push the feminist movement. Yeah. That's literally it, man. I feel like they're just masculinity now is dead, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I miss the men of old.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Like men with balls.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gay, because I don't want people to think that he's saying he miss men with balls. Okay, Yeah. What did I say myself up? But I agree. All right, look. I feel like masculine men are the safest men to be around.
Yeah.
An emotional man, I would argue, are the worst men.
Yep.
Because an emotional man is the person that shot up the mosque.
Yep.
An emotional man is the person that goes rapes the girl in the alleyway. The emotional man is the stalker that can't get over his ex. Yep. That's an emotional man.
So before we finish, this is a good topic. So I know Andrew Tate did a video a couple of months ago and he got so much hate for it. And he spoke about, how men should be able to cry, men should be able to do this, men should be able to do this. But I believe what he said is true. You should be able to, as a man, you should control your emotions 100%. Because of exactly what you said.
Correct.
An emotional man is an erratic man. Tell us about your opinion.
I feel like the only time men should cry is in front of other men. That's the only time men should cry is in front of other men. I think men should never cry in front of their women. And I know there's a woman that's going to watch this thing, but I love it when a guy's in touch with his feminine side. So that way he can know we are your rock and we'll always be your rock. If my parents so happen to pass away, I promise you, my sisters will never see me cry. They will cry on my shoulders, and it's my duty as a man to stand there as a rock. But when I go home in my own solace space, I would cry, and I would cry to my brothers. But I have a duty as a man. And as a man, the true essence of masculinity is acting despite how you feel. Those men on the Titanic were scared, but they set the women and the children to go off, and they died on the boat. I don't think they were on the boat going, oh yeah, hallelujah. And they were scared as hell.
Yeah.
So for me, look, there are some manipulative women, I'm going to use the word some. There are some women out there that would see their man cry and use it against them. And they would use it against him. They would say, they will lose respect for that man instantly. So for me, I would always want to be a man. I can't recall the last time I've cried. But I actually can't. Like I can't recall the last time I cried. But I feel like men should only cry to men. Men shouldn't cry to their women. What's your thoughts on that though? Do you think that you should cry to your woman?
Oh, I believe.
Have you cried to your wife?
Yeah, I have. No, but I believe I definitely agree what you said.
Yeah.
Like men should control the emotions.
Yeah.
Like you're 100% right. I do believe an erratic and emotional man is what you get when you get those school shootings.
Yeah.
You get like I've seen it. Like, so we run programs here for young boys, and when they get emotional, so young boys that are in juvenile centers.
Yeah.
And the reason they're in that center is because they react emotionally.
Yeah.
So it's exactly what you said.
A strong man's a stoic man.
Yeah.
And here's the thing also. When Bruce Lee said, be like water, people usually put that into the connotations of like flow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I go deeper. I feel like when you look at water, when it's calm, it's beautiful.
Still,
But water can also be like a rushing tsunami wave.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you can control that water into a dam, it can light up a city. But if you don't control that water into a dam, it destroys a city like a tsunami. So the question is how do you use your anger? The greatest compliment I feel like you could ever get from your woman is, I feel safe. If your woman can't feel safe around you, that is really bad. I always say that.
Yeah.
Because if anything, you can destroy your woman in the palm of your hands. You have the strength to do it. But the fact that they can rest in your embrace there and not be scared, that's the most beautiful thing in the world. So whenever I see a man, like I would come on the news and say, the man stabbed his wife 52 times or beat up his wife, I'm like, what got you so mad?
Yeah.
Like, what got you so mad? Like, wasn't one stab enough? Like, why'd you have to go 52 times? Like, she's basically dead after the second stab and you're still going there. So it's just crazy having these emotional men. I don't really get emotional. The only time I probably get emotional is when I eat.
Yeah.
I'm a really emotional eater. I love to eat. But other than that, man, I try to always remain stoic all the time.
Man, it's been an honor having you on the podcast, Mo. So do you have some last words to your haters to finish off on?
Yeah, my last words to my haters is, se cae y a fa.
And with that, team, the controversial Steve Setu, it's been an honor having you, Mo, also on the podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also don't forget to go onto our Uso's Facebook page and Instagram and TikTok when he gets...
That's it. I forgot to mention this real quick, guys, before you, because I have so many TikTok accounts in the ether. So that account got banned. I still have another 65,000 TikTok account. I can never be stopped.
Thank you so much, Mozo, for your time. Thank you, Mozo.
No worries, brother.